Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flight Podcast. My name is Jacob Shanker.
I'm Andrew Thomas.
Shut up and sit down.
What's going on, Andrew? How you been?
I'm chilling out here. I'm chilling. How you been, sir?
I've been doing well. Been doing well. I mean, we're getting close to the end of the year, man.
Good
It's almost
stuff. Yeah. It's almost summer, so it's gonna be nice.
summertime, and now we officially, both of us, are lifeguards. Can safely say we got the bag.
Yeah, we got the rookie here.
Gonna get the bag this summer. It's gonna be good.
We already got the bag on the podcast, yo.
Yes, sir. But even more of a bag,
Yeah.
right?
Mance is a rookie. We gotta teach him well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But let's go into something we haven't talked about in a while. Football, right?
It's been a while. It's been
I'm-
very absent.
there's been a lot of new focus, which I mean it's been known for a while now, but now it's really starting to come into focus about Julio Jones, right? The new cap, the salary cap is lower now, and Julio Jones's contract is too big for the Falcons. They can't hold that big of a contract for Julio Jones, so they have to trade him, and Julio Jones wants out anyways. So
He wants to win.
Yeah, he does. The Falcons are not a winning team right now. So what are some of the best places that he can end up on?
The best destination for Julio Jones is the Los Angeles Rams. They have probably one of the best defenses in the league. They have Matthew Stafford, who's had a player like Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson for 6 years. And Matthew Stafford knows what to do. He's a phenomenal quarterback, and Julio Jones is probably the best wide receiver purely based on skill and all of that, and everything. Regardless of that, you can't tell me, obviously Michael Thomas had the better season with the NFL record, but he's not better than Julio Jones. You're not telling me that he's better than Julio Jones.
Michael Thomas isn't even that good right now, anyways.
No, it's unfortunate, but we'll see how Michael Thomas does. But we'll also see how Julio does on a different team. I think the Rams are the best team in them, though. What do you think?
I think it's very tough. There's a lot of great options right now. The Rams are definitely one of them because they honestly have a very underrated wide receiver core, right? They don't have top guys, right? They don't have a top 10, even top 15 wide receiver, but they have a solid wide receiver core in Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Now Cam Akers is going to probably have a breakout year. I think he will have a breakout year this season,
I
but
think he'll be average.
no, I think he'll be good.
I think he'll be average. That's my thought.
New quarterback, better offensive line. I think it's going to be completely different, and he's going to be good for fantasy. But I think Julio Jones will be good on that. But the two other teams that I have in mind are the Ravens and the 49ers. The Ravens are obvious. They don't have a wide receiver. They want Lamar Jackson to be throwing more accurately, shall I say. And it's a great option for that, right? Julio Jones will practically be getting all the receptions. If there's any guy that Lamar Jackson's going to throw to, it's going to be Julio Jones, which is what he's going to want. He's going to want to get all the grabs that he can. And it's more or less the same thing with the 49ers. The 49ers have a slightly better wide receiver core than the Ravens, but it's still, you have a worse quarterback, but you still have a great team. And I think any one of those teams that Julio Jones goes to, I mean, they're all Super Bowl contenders, but that makes them even more likely of a chance to make the Super Bowl.
Yep. Julio Jones is a phenomenal talent, and he is definitely going to be an all-time great in terms of wide receivers.
100%.
I think he's phenomenal.
100%.
But anyways, yeah, we're going to move on back to basketball. As much as we love football, there's not much going on. The Warriors, they lost their play-in game, and it's kind of sad to see Steph Curry end out on such a low note, not playing the playoffs.
Yeah. Steve Kerr calling this season a success.
It is a success.
Success, I guess. But, yep. I mean, it wasn't the rest of the team. It was for what they did. They did well for what they had, right? They almost made the playoffs with Steph practically carrying. Andrew Wiggins, he was started doing well the second half of the season. After the All-Star break, he did a lot better than he did before. Kelly Oubre injured. Why am I blanking? James Wiseman injured. Draymond Green, where was he? And now he's saying that he wanted to score more next season. Okay, like he's ever gonna do that? Like he's gonna average more than 10 points per game? Can't do that for his life.
Oh, you're such a Draymond hater.
It's true though. He can't average.
Yes,
10.
it is true. You are a Draymond hater.
No. That he can't get 10 points. Isn't that true? I think
because he's averaging like 9 assists a game and like 7 rebounds and like
but if
4 shots a game.
I know, but if Clay is gone, and
Clay isn't gone though.
Well, he was injured this year. I mean, like for this season, he was gone.
You don't need Draymond to score. Yeah, he averages 9 assists. He also averages almost 2 steals and a block, and he shoots 45% from the field, which is slightly efficient for Draymond. And you know, I think that you hate on Draymond.
And yet they still lost, and it's not because of Steph.
No, they lost because the Lakers were the luckiest team that was the luckiest thing I've ever witnessed.
Really?
Yes. That was so lucky. Oh, there were so basically there were 3 rims and I had to aim for the middle one because that's how the world works, you know. And you know what? I am LeBron James, so I can just do whatever I want. I can flop. I can go like, oh my God, my eyes.
LeBron's going to be Oscar nominated. How can you say MJ is not?
Yeah, LeBron's also not going to make the finals this year. How about that?
That's funny. That is really
You're funny for calling LeBron the GOAT.
I will continue to call him the GOAT because that was a clutch shot.
What if he loses in the first round? How about that, huh? What if Chris Paul beats him?
Not gonna happen. Let me actually check the score real quick.
No. What if LeBron loses?
What? It's not gonna be him because AD. What is he doing? Right now they're winning by 10, by the way, and almost the end.
Doesn't matter. If LeBron wants to be the GOAT, he's got to carry his team past the Phoenix Suns. He can't go 7 games with Anthony Davis, who is extremely healthy. And I am so sorry, Mr. Schenker. I know that exact look that you are giving me. If LeBron loses, he is no longer in the GOAT conversation. There's no way.
You're not in the GOAT conversation? You're crazy.
There is no GOAT conversation besides LeBron versus MJ right now.
Yeah. You're saying he's out of the conversation if he loses this?
Yes. You can't lose in the first round when you're a championship contender.
You can't if there was injury.
That's not how it works.
They're not going to lose anyways. There is not a chance that they're losing this.
0 chance?
Yeah. Well, why don't we continue going into our next topic, the Lakers and Suns, right?
Right.
Reactions to game 1, and now, I mean, we can't talk about...
Well, reactions to game 1, LeBron only dropped 18 points. That is quite sad. That is not GOAT behavior.
I see. And how was the rest of the team?
What do you mean, how was the rest of the team?
They were trash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not LeBron.
And LeBron still only had 18 points. And yes.
What?
They were trash.
Never mind.
But who cares?
No, the problem is that Anthony Davis does not know how to work well with Andre Drummond. Every single time that Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond are on the court together, Anthony Davis does terrible. So they have 2 options. Tell Anthony Davis, stop shooting those fadeaway jumpers, even though you love to do it and you were good at it. You're not as good as it now. You got to just score efficiently, score in the paint. That's what you are. You're a big guy. You can do that. And let Andre Drummond get the rebounds. Or you bench Andre Drummond, which they probably won't do because they need to get the rebounds. It's one or the other. And then the Suns just keep being the Suns because DeAndre Ayton is a beast. I knew he was a beast before going into this playoffs, and he's continuing to do it. I mean, right now during this game, 6 points, 2 rebounds, not missing in the first quarter. Like, damn.
What are you talking about? You cut out for me.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
He's a beast.
Anthony Davis is he's the best defensive player in the NBA.
I didn't say that this year. I said that last year when he was the best defensive player. Not the best defensive player,
Would
but
you like me to go back into the certain podcast that you have said Anthony Davis is the best defender in the NBA and that he should be the defensive player of the year, which was slightly earlier in the
oh yeah, you know why I said that? Because that was before he got injured.
Oh, it was a little frustrating.
What do you want me to say, man? What do you want me to say? All right,
I
let's
would
go.
like you to say that Michael Jordan is the GOAT because that's the truth. Next topic.
Clippers Mavericks. I mean, well, for us right now, probably when this is posted, the Clippers and Mavericks game will be over. Same with Lakers and Suns. But as of right now, Clippers and Mavericks, the game didn't even start yet. It's just about starting.
Yeah, because the NBA cannot get their schedule on time.
Oh yeah, but I got Clips getting this one. I have them getting a bounce back game. But this is going to be a really tough series. We know.
I think it's going to be really tough, but I think that it's going to be a 6-game series.
I think it could go to 6 or 7. I mean, I think it's going to go back and forth, might I say. It'll be close games. It's not going to be huge deficit games that either team wins by, like the Nets are doing against the Celtics or any of that, right? Because we know that's going to be a whole thing. But, well, in terms of the Mavericks, I mean, obviously Luka continuing to be insane, but what is going on with Porzingis? I don't understand it. I mean, after the All-Star break, he was just going downhill. And now he just did not do well. He was not shooting well. And he was not getting rebounds. His defense was fine. So why is he on the floor? What are you doing?
Kristaps Porzingis is one of the most overrated players in the NBA.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's a combination of things. The reason that he's at this point right now, I mean, injuries, and now he has to continue to get used to Luka's style of play because it's a completely different than what it was in New York, right? But that he's got to get to it. And I think, but the rest of the supporting cast for that game, I think, did really well for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith, Tim Hardaway, Jalen Brunson. If they can continue to do that, then they can continue to win games. But it doesn't look very likely that they're going to continue to win this series and continue to be consecutively good this entire series. I don't think it's possible.
No, I don't think so, especially with the Clippers' perimeter defense being as good as it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they just got to do better because it obviously wasn't as good. But Grizzlies and Jazz. Grizzlies took game 1, which was, I mean, it was without Donovan Mitchell. Rudy Gobert he fouled out of the game, and it was still close. So, do the Jazz need to be worried?
No.
No,
they don't.
Short answer. Nice.
No, they don't.
You want to just give your reasoning or not?
Maybe because they're the first seed, they have a great defense. They have Rudy Gobert, and Donovan Mitchell will be back soon.
Yeah.
And I don't have much reasoning.
It's self-explanatory. It really is.
Yeah, it really is, and I don't think that the Grizzlies have a chance.
Oh, yeah, if Donovan Mitchell was in that game, then they probably would have won. But if you were watching that game, I don't know, were you watching the end of that game?
I was not.
The Jazz could have won. Bogdanovich got the ball. It was he had to make a 3, and he chose the stupidest shot ever. He was heavily contested, deep 3. Mans thinks he's Steph, a step back 3, and he misses it. And it was stupid. And he was terrible in the first half. He had 0 points. He did great in the second half. He had 25. But still, they got to do better overall.
Yeah, they really do. It's just, I'm not worried, but they need to be better.
Yeah, I'm not worried either. I mean, Donovan Mitchell was frustrated by the fact that he wanted to be in game 1, but the Jazz didn't want him in, which obviously he continues to be frustrated since they lost that game. but now
Yeah.
it's looking like he'll be ready for game 2, which I believe is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Anyways, Nuggets Blazers.
Seriously,
This series took a turn yesterday when it's 1-1 and the Nuggets won.
absolutely.
So Jokic went off for 38 points, and he had a monster game. And Damian Lillard went off for 42 points, but the rest of the Blazers team didn't play well. Melo was good, but that's about it for the rest of the Blazers players.
Yeah. McCollum did well.
Could have done better.
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't shoot a lot. He shot 75% yesterday.
Yeah, he's
21 points.
well, 21 points. That's,
He could, yeah,
he's
you're
got to
right.
drop. He's got to drop more.
He could have
than
done better, but he just wasn't taking enough shots for some reason.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it was just Dame taking all the shots, but it was this last game, game 2, it was really just the Nuggets overall, just getting it both on the defensive and the offensive end, which is what they are, the Nuggets team that we need for them to continue.
Yeah, we need these Nuggets so that we can see how they can perform, and just so that we can see like how well they can do without Jamal Murray.
Yeah, because if Jamal Murray was in this, they probably would go have a better chance at making it further in the playoffs. Obviously, I think they'll make it in first round, and no matter who they face in the second round, whether it's the Lakers or the Suns, they'll probably get knocked out because they can't beat either team.
I agree.
And
I agree. They're not gonna beat the Suns.
yeah, and the problem with the Trailblazers is they don't have defense, and Dame is really their best consistent scorer. I mean, CJ McCollum too, but he just has to do more.
Yeah, he
Help
does.
out
He's
more.
gotta execute more.
And they honestly have like a good team.
Yep.
Bench starters, it's just not enough for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the next game that happened today, Nets and Celtics.
Complete blowout.
Complete blowout.
This one wasn't entertaining at all. Celtics don't really have a shot. I think that there's a slight chance that they can get to 5 games, but they're likely going to get swept.
Well, when is Jaylen Brown coming back?
I have no idea. I don't think there's a timetable on him.
Because I know, and also Jason Tatum got injured in this game, but I heard it wasn't like anything bad, so I'm sure he'll be back.
I'll take a look at it right now because I know that it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I know it wasn't that bad, and that he'll probably be back the next game, but he still got banged up. Okay.
Damn, Kevin Durant is just bullying him straight up.
He really is, and I think
even though Tatum shot 3 for 12 before.
Yeah, I think obviously their offense is the Nets' offense is amazing, but in game 1 especially, game 2 they did it well, good as well, but in game 1 especially, their defense was on point. They limited Jason Tatum so much. What do you have first game, like 15?
20.
20? Okay, yeah, that's good, but for him that's not good.
No.
He could be doing a lot better. He could be getting 50 if you want.
And that's another problem is that Kemba Walker isn't performing as well as he should. He shot bad game 1, and game 2 he only took 11 shots. Missed all his 3-pointers. It's disappointing. He was great on playmaking, passing. It was visible that Kemba Walker was being a good passer this game, but he's got to work more on the scoring end. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, if there was any game that I thought this series would have gone to at 5 games, I knew the Nets would have gone it, but I thought if there was any game in this series that it's looking like that the Celtics could have won a game, it was game 1. They had the lead going into the first half.
Not only that, they only dropped 94 points, and for a Nets team that averages 120 points a game, the Nets dropped 104.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, they in the third quarter they just could not stop Kevin Durant. He was on fire, and that's when you knew, yep, Nets are winning it because that's what happened.
Yeah, Yeah, it's probably going to be a sweep.
Most likely, as it's looking right now.
Yep. But now, 76ers and Wizards. This one is also not too much of interest. The Sixers
You're
are up
Wizards. Come
1-0.
on, man. You're not interested?
No, more interested in the Knicks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal had a decent game, but Tobias Harris dropped almost 40, and Embiid had 30. Took too many free throws, but it's whatever.
You got like no rebounds either. If I recall, you got like 3.
Yeah, Embiid
Okay.
needs to step it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little tired today.
Fun.
But Embiid's got to be better if he wants to win the series completely. It's disappointing because he just takes so many free throws, and I don't want it to be like last season where he was averaging like 30 points per game on like 10 free throws.
Yeah, he has to do better on the defensive end because this series has a better chance at going to 5 games. Honestly, 6 games if the 76ers perform like this. Like you said, Tobias Harris did amazing. Joel Embiid did well on the scoring aspect, but the rest of his game, he did not do well.
Well, he also doesn't really need to focus completely on defense because they have Ben Simmons also.
Well, yeah, but they still need to do it because they lost. But I mean, they only won by 7, right? That's not a huge lead, and that's against the 8th seed.
Yeah,
They're
they also should have lost. Well, also they're going up against the Wizards that are all offense.
That's true, but they are a great defensive team, and they need to show it. And they just got to keep doing it. And Ben Simmons, 15 rebounds, 15 assists. What a guy! What a stat patter, but what a guy!
I don't think he was stat padding.
It's 6 points.
Wasn't stat padding. He was helping his team win.
Kidding! It's a joke, man.
Oh boy.
All right, Hawks and Knicks. One of the most annoying endings, probably. And you suck, Trae Young. Why do you have to do that to New York? I actually like the Knicks now for the first time in since Melo. Since Melo left, probably. Or not left, but yeah. What your Trae Young buzzer beater? What do you think?
I wanted to break my TV. I hate Trae Young.
Oh, now you're on my side. Now you see.
Bro, I've always hated Trae Young. I like the Hawks. I just don't like Trae Young at all.
Yeah. Well, did you see what Bill de Blasio, the mayor of New York, said today?
No.
He was saying how Trae Young is afraid of birds for some reason.
I saw an Instagram post on that. Mr. Jacob Sachs sent me an Instagram post on it.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched it, you can go look at it. But pretty much Bill de Blasio was saying how Trae Young does not like birds and he has a phobia of birds. So he was saying how the fans in New York should get photos of birds and just show it to Trae Young so that he gets scared and then he screws up. Because the last time that he did that, it was that it happened. It was in college and he shot.
It's terrible, horrible that game.
And for college, which is easier. So imagine what's going to happen this next game, which is also tomorrow. So it's going to be a fun. It's going to be another good game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Hopefully the Knicks get the dub.
Absolutely.
Anyways, our last series, the Bucks and Heat. This is crazy. The Bucks beat the Heat. They demolished them today.
Biggest surprise.
I don't think it was a big surprise that they lost for the Heat.
No,
I think it was a big surprise that they let the Bucks get that many points.
It's how they lost, and it's how the Heat are playing the series that I'm really surprised with. They are more or less have no offense whatsoever. In game 1, it was just who had the better defense because neither team was doing great on the offensive end. Neither team was shooting well, more so on the Bucks, but the Bucks just got lucky because Chris Middleton was very clutch.
Oh, he was so lucky. I mean, not lucky, clutch.
Yeah. But game 2, the Bucks completely changed. Not only did they continue with their insane defense, but they showed how good their offense is.
Yep. Drew
Honest.
Holiday dropped like what, 15 assists?
15 assists, 11 points. Bryn Forbes off the bench had 22.
22, and he had like 19 in the first half.
Yeah.
Can
60.
you imagine Brent Forbes dropping like 40 points in a game?
Oh my God. Against the Heat, who also have a great defense. But Jimmy's just not doing well. He's not. He's getting assists. He's getting the most assists on his team, which it's not a lot. It's 4. I think he had like a few more in game 1. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. He had 10 points in game 2. I mean, their best scorer in game 2 was Dwayne Dedman. I didn't even realize he was on the Heat. I thought he was still on, what was he, the Hawks? I thought he was still on the Hawks. How do you Dwayne?
Jimmy's been doing really well defensively, but he's been doing horrible otherwise. He averages 25% from the field, 22 from 3, 64 from the field from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. That's good.
Yeah.
And 13.5 points, Jimmy.
I mean, and it's just the entire team. I'm not putting it all on Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo is pretty much non-existent. He was very quiet game 1. He was better. He was slightly better game 2, but that's just on the scoring. He got a little bit more points. Not getting rebounds, not playing well on defense. Like there's nothing that can happen. I think Duncan Robinson is probably the best player that was doing well in game 1 and 2. But
I agree.
Still, it was like not great. Like that's like the low.
Yeah, it's just upsetting to see the Heat do that bad. They should be performing better, and hopefully they can. But we'll see.
If this goes into a sweep, I don't know what's going to go with the Heat from here. I mean, they just got unlucky because they played one of the best teams in the league, offense and defense. But I don't know what's going to go from there because they need another scorer. That's the bottom line. Even going into this playoffs, everyone knew they needed a scorer.
Yep, they wanted Victor Oladipo.
They got him, but he's injured now.
Yeah.
Oh, well. That's all for today, everyone.
Feel free to comment down below what your thoughts were on our takeaways for the playoffs and Julio Jones.
Oh, yeah. Tune into the next episode on Friday. See you guys next time.
Peace.